Kachoy. Zaha! Oh yes! Wilfried Zaha, single-handedly, firing Palace to Wembley.
It's Mile Jedinak to strike it! What a fabulous free kick!
Murray, chance here, Gale, 3-3! And Dwight Gale, they just have blown Liverpool right out of the title picture.
Will take the penalty and scores! Crystal Palace 1, Watford 0.
And with Benteke in there, you never know. Oh, goodness me! Oh, goodness me! What a steal, but what a goal!
They still got it. And still, are you? Oh, what a goal for Crystal Palace!
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Eagle Eyed View. This is our Newcastle United preview and got a special guest, but let me introduce our co-host. First and foremost, Nate, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Not happy that Steve Bruce got sacked though. That was.
We are going to get into I am pissed.
Yeah.
But I tell you who is a very happy man. Our special guest, Newcastle fan, Adam Pearson. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing good. Yes, I'm very happy Stevens has been sacked. I can't stand the bloke. He was awful at the club. I mean, yes, he is going to give us an advantage in the Palace game on Saturday, I feel like. But that's the main thing. I couldn't care less about the result. Stevens is gone. That's all I care about at the minute.
Right, guys, do me a massive favour. Links are already in the description. And if it's not, just type in Adam Pearson on YouTube. He's 10 away from, was it 11,000?
Yeah, 11,000. Yeah, just about.
Just 10 away. He's only 10 away. Let's get him there on this stream. Let's get him to 11,000 on this stream and stuff. He's made the step to go full time as well. So all the best with that. 100%.
Adam, we know the pain of having Steve Bruce as manager. Trust me, we know that pain. We know it very well, in fact.
Yeah, I mean, I think every club that's had him there can see that, to be honest. But that's the main thing. He's gone. We can look for the future now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%. Now, before we get into the comments, if you missed Get Amped Sunday night, it was wild. I'm just going to play a little snippet from it. Guys, appreciate the Wi-Fi that you have because the comment section will get onto you for it if not.
Oh, that was Tuesday, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh man, bro, my chest. Oh man,
just find a local McDonald's, man.
This the roast.
Find a local McDonald's.
Palace, bro.
Hi, Rich. You jump in the McDonald's, man.
I will never cuss Virgin Media ever again, man. Big man team.
Oh, bro.
Big up Virgin.
I'm forever grateful.
You understand? I'm never cussing Virgin Media again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and Donny van der Beek scored in that game, didn't he?
Rob.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Oh, bless him.
Oh man, it went on for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Nah, bruv. Even after the stream, man was in bits. I don't know how I got up the next day out of bed. I was in pain.
Big up Nippon, man. Bless him. He was on the train. And to be fair, that was Tuesday night. It was a match reaction to the Arsenal game. But listen, we're here to talk Newcastle United. So don't get me started. Newcastle United. So we're gonna add straight away. Thoughts on Mike Ashley very quickly, and obviously the Saudi takeover, because I don't think I've had a chance to talk to you about that.
Well, first off, Mike Ash, I mean, everyone knows he was terrible, and I don't need to kind of go on about it. He was awful. Newcastle was stagnant as a football club. We got relegated twice, I mean, it's not good enough. He clearly didn't care about the club there for the money, and I mean, yeah, I'm glad he's gone to begin with, because again, he was awful, like Steve Bruce. But In terms of the Saudi takeover, yes, obviously a lot of people are going to talk about Saudi in the background, but Saudi Arabia's involved in everything in today's world, so you can't just kind of pinpoint Newcastle fans. I think that's what a lot of people have been kind of doing, which is just not on. But in terms of the takeover, though, again, obviously the richest club in the world at the minute, so it's a huge takeover for Newcastle, and eventually we'll see how it goes in the future, where you would think that Newcastle are going to start pushing towards the sort of European spots or looking for major honours.
No, absolutely. I mean, I saw clips once the decision was made to allow the Saudis to take over. I think all the fans were outside St. James's Park, just having a massive party. Was you there yourself?
Oh, yes, I got loads of videos done there.
Good man, good man.
And I think, I can say, and I'm sure Nathan agrees, like on behalf of like football in itself, it's just so good that your club, because to me, I call it a big club because obviously when I was growing up, Newcastle were there finishing like seconds and thirds and stuff. And you've got a massive stadium, massive fan base, and how Ashley was treating your club was a joke. So I think for footballing reasons, massive deal. Other reasons were like, oh no, that's another relegation side that's like that could pull away. Like on that end, it's like Nate, what was your thoughts on the takeover?
Do you know what? I found it very funny how people were trying to, because it's Newcastle that got this money. Everybody's up in arms. Oh, Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, pretty much the same thing. Let's see, Paris Saint-Germain and Qatar, pretty much the same thing. See, the fact is, because it's Newcastle, everybody's got an issue. And it's particularly Manchester United and Liverpool fans. Not all Manchester United and Liverpool fans, for the record. I know there are some United fans here that don't care for Newcastle, don't care they've got money. Newcastle United and Crystal Palace know the pain of relegation. It's not fun, it's not pretty, and it does affect a lot of people. Some people in the so-called top end of the pyramid have no idea how it feels. But for a city like Newcastle, where the people are so friendly, so funny, they're so self-deprecating, because let's be fair, Newcastle have once sold all their hope for, God, what was it, 1956, 59, something like that?
That was an English one, won it in the Fairs in 69, that was the last time.
Yeah, so the Fairs Cup. It's one of those where if you're not a Newcastle fan, you might be afraid to go, oh, I can't believe they've got money, they're just an oil club. I'd rather Newcastle get that money than Brighton or Burnley well, Burnley are kind of inoffensive, but people's hatred of Newcastle is weird because Newcastle have always been a team that you kind of enjoy watching. Granted, not under Steve Bruce.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So Santi's Kildwood is covered. Basically, he wants to offer you Ollie.
Steve Bruce is more experienced than Ollie, and he's a Man U club legend, so you can have him back, mate. But yeah, I mean, Ollie is going to get sacked from Man U. I'm not a fan of him at all.
No, we don't want him to get sacked. We're very much Ollie in over here. Trust me.
100%.
That's fair
100%. And obviously, Steve Bruce has got sacked. You're mad excited about that. Who do you think the new manager will be? And do you think he'll go short term till the end of the season, or would you actually just think long term?
Well, in terms of the minute, it looks like we're going to get Fonseca. The guy used to be a Shakhtar Donetsk. I don't know much about the guy, but I've heard a lot of really big rumours about him coming in. So, yeah, it looks to be going for a long-term option at the minute. If it's more of a short term, I could say like pretty Eddie Howe or Lampard coming in, but it seems at the minute that the owners are looking for someone out for the long run. I mean, that's what I prefer, to be honest. I don't want to just get someone and get rid of him at the end of the season, but let's see. Again, there's so many different managers available at the minute, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. It's going to be an improvement in Steve Bruce, so that's the only important thing really at the minute.
John Carver's looking for a job.
No.
What was it that was wrong with Brucey then? Because you mentioned his experience. What did he do wrong at your club?
Well, he was quite disrespectful to the fans. You see him in press conferences. He was quite rude. He'd always kick off at people, but in terms of a football pitch, you'll play players out of position. You'll not do his homework. So every single week you'll play the same tactics, the same formation. He didn't look at oppositions. I don't believe for 1 second that Steve Bruce would honestly look at his opposition. So he would just pick a game plan and stick with it every single week. And I mean, you can't do it as a football manager. You're getting paid millions of pounds and he's doing the bare minimum. The guy's a fraud. It's simple. And the thing with Steve Bruce, again, I mean, he's older now. He doesn't care about the football club. I mean, he was just awful. He really was awful. You got to watch him on a weekly basis to understand just how bad he really was.
The way you described the manager, that sounded like Hodgson.
Oh no! Oh my God!
Santiago, you're taking liberties, by the way.
I'm just waiting for vibes to pop up again.
Oh no. Ad, if you ever see a guy called Vibes in your chat, just brace yourself for laughter.
Okay.
His banter is unreal. Absolutely unreal.
I know.
Yeah, big up everyone in the chat at the moment. I know I haven't read them up, but I am putting them up for you guys to read. I'm sure
Man's still on the call.
Who said that?
Oh, Rob Carey, bruv.
This is who I'm talking about, by the way. Vibes.
Man United fan, and as you can tell, they're Vibes FC. So United fans are taking any excuse they can to enjoy somebody else's excitement because they've got none. So.
Nah, this is it. He's still on the last stream. Oh man, big up everyone. Let's go into it because there's quite a bit to get through. How are you feeling about Saturday?
Confident. I've been confident about Newcastle every single game this season. I haven't won a single one yet, so it's just kind of how I am. But yeah, in terms of this, it's the first away game with the new owners. It's the first match without Steve Bruce now. The players have got to turn up now because if they can beat Crystal Palace, it can kind of blame obviously the bad season on the manager. But for example, when you go down to Selhurst Park and we get dominated, then people might go, "Oh, it wasn't just the manager's fault." And I feel like the players have got to obviously step up and just make a name for themselves because there's had to really. I mean, they've got to under the new owners. They've got to for the season. I feel like if they can't get results,
oh God.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Chelsea at home next, so I mean, we kind of got to go for this one.
No, it's understandable. I think we're in a similar position where we might need to we need 3 points this week. We're
Big time.
Away to City next week, I believe. So,
yep.
Yeah, I tweeted out as soon as I heard Bruce was sacked. I was like, why could they not wait until next week? You know, because you expect to put potentially a new manager bounce. You're already on a high with the takeover. Now another high with Steve Bruce getting sacked. You know, players could now turn up. They could show up. I'm a little bit nervous now. Even though I'm confident that we'll win, I still have that little element of nerves now. I'm just thinking, Newcastle could actually thrive on this. However, there's no Shelby.
I don't think that's a bad thing, to be honest. I actually think that's quite good.
Really?
I haven't been a fan at home last couple of years. When he's on the ball, his ability is next to none in terms of his passing. He's got an awful attitude. He came on against Tottenham, 10 minutes, got 2 stupid yellow cards, he got himself sent off. Like, what is the point? The game was already done at that point. I mean, yeah, with John Joe's show.
Bloody hell, Vibes.
Is he not lying about Vibes? I like his sort of banter. I like it.
Sorry, go on.
I'm doing a live stream of the Pud next Thursday, actually, so I hope his internet's up for it.
Yeah, Vibes. And everyone in the chat, make sure you subscribe to Adam Pearson. I'm actually going to check. Let's see if you've got there. We're going to check your channel. You keep talking. I'm coming.
Yeah. I can't check myself. It's only fair. I got my phone, yeah, but...
Oh, snap. I was going to say, keep talking about the game.
Oh sorry.
And you said
Crystal Palace, I mean, I think it will be quite an even game. I think we're on a sort of matches where it'll just be either way, really. I think both teams will go for it, but Newcastle have got to turn up. Callum Wilson's back. That's a huge one as well. He came back against Tottenham, scored 2 minutes into the match. So, yeah, he's going to be for it. Of course, he got the winner against Palace last year. So, we'll see how it goes. But, I mean, I'm a big fan of Palace fans in particular. I think they've probably got the best home atmosphere in the league. I've never personally been down there before. I watched videos of them playing the drums and all that. It just looks incredible. So, I'm looking forward to that on Saturday. I've literally got my away ticket here. So, looking forward to getting down there. But, yeah, I'm expecting Newcastle to go there and get a result. But I've expected that pretty much the full season. I haven't got a single one yet. So, yeah, this is how it is at the minute.
How are you feeling, Nate?
Well, the fact they haven't won yet makes me worried, because if there's anybody that's going to be charity football club out here, it's going to be us. Because what's that? You haven't scored a goal yet? Come to Selhurst Park, mate. What's that? You haven't won a game yet? Come to Selhurst Park, mate. However, we're protecting an unbeaten run at home. And I never thought I'd be saying this going close to November. Obviously, I'm aware We've only won 1 game and drawn 3. So it's not remarkable. It's not like, oh, Palace are great at home. But normally at home, we're awful. We don't turn up at Selhurst Park. If this was at St James's Park, I would ironically kind of fancy us because we tend to do fairly decent up there. Not all the time, but I remember a certain game where it finished 3-3. Wilfred Zaha in the last minute. There was their fans giving him all kinds of heckles of abuse and pop in the bottom corner. And then Punchin had all the time in the world to spin 2 Newcastle defenders in their own box. And I went, Jason Punchin, who can turn like the 468 bus, has just sent Colaccini, and I think it was what's that guy? Manquillo, I think it was. He sent them for fish and chips. That's how bad they've been under Mike Ashley. So now that they're coming down to us on Saturday, Rich, I'm not going to lie. The fact that Steve Bruce is gone and they've got this takeover, yeah, I'm not as confident as I should be.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, draw. Leicester, draw. West Ham, draw. Okay, Chelsea and Liverpool, fair enough. But most of the top 6 from last season, we haven't been smacked up by it. And bear in mind, Vieira was meant to be sacked by Christmas. Vieira's the first to get sacked, apparently. Why didn't people think of Watford?
They're a terrible side, aren't they?
Do you know what I mean? And look, obviously, Adam, I understand that Newcastle right now, you're on cloud 9, new owners, soon to be new manager. January's going to be a madness because they can spend something like £200 million thanks to Mike Ashley. So who would have thought Newcastle fans would actually thank Mike Ashley for anything? But the one thing I will say is if you can convince any football club to part with legal tender for Dwight Gale and Joe Linton, you lot deserve a Premier League trophy because neither of them should be worth any money. How you paid us money for Gale is beyond me because he's awful.
No, I think the Championship team would be decent, but in the Premier League team, no chance. So obviously, Joe Linton will already know he's a bad player. But yeah, that's the thing, though. Obviously, Watford, the first manager sacked in the season. I've seen so many people slag off Newcastle fans or just slag off just the club in general for sacking Steve Bruce, even though Watford dumped the guy who got 91 points in the Championship last season, 6 games into the season, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's just hypocritical. There's a lot of sort of bias towards Newcastle in the media, and I'm just sick of it, to be honest. But
don't worry about the media. They love to make out that Newcastle fans are deluded. But how can you be deluded when all you want is a team that competes? I know a couple of Newcastle fans over here in Ireland. They go to St James's Park regularly. They don't talk about we should be winning the FA Cup, the League Cup, this, that. They're quite happy with 10th place and build towards a Europa League place if it's possible. And I'm thinking, right, so if Newcastle fans are deluded, what the hell does that make half the league when you've got teams that come into the Premier League and think, oh yeah, we can get top 6? What? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, Newcastle fans aren't deluded. They're just ambitious because it's a massive club. It's one of the biggest clubs in England, with the exception of the European Cup winning sides. It's one of those. It's on par with Leeds.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's funny how certain clubs kind of get. It's like, oh yeah, they're showing ambition when they get a bit of money, but other clubs is like, oh, how they're going to be like toxic now. Look at the fans now. They'd ousted out an owner and this, that, and the other. I think everyone outside of the top 6 is predominantly happy for what's happened to your club. You know, I know there was this report saying that 19 teams were against it. I don't believe that for one bit, to be honest. I just think the top lot, especially the top sides, they're just threatened. Particularly like the Arsenals and the Spurs, who are already struggling as it is to get back to where they were. Throw Newcastle in there now? Problem.
Bear in mind, Newcastle, West Ham, Leicester, Villa. Hopefully not that lot on the South Coast because we're not hearing the end of this anytime soon. But this is the thing, because the Premier League is no longer just a closed cartel of, right, it's top 6 and the rest. Because Arsenal and Tottenham have dropped out of that big time. If Newcastle get the right kind of signings in January and in the summer, it's a different kettle of fish. Now, obviously, thankfully, they can't buy players before Saturday, so we're lucky that they can't go sign Haaland and Mbappe just yet. So they can relax themselves on getting the checkbook out just yet. But it's one of those mad ones where if you're salty about Newcastle getting money, it's only because your club didn't get it. Like, if anybody should be pissed that Newcastle are the richest club in the world, it's Sunderland. because they are never seeing Newcastle. Derby Day victories for them are not going to happen anymore. I mean, they haven't happened in a few years now, so let's be fair. But yeah, that must be mad seeing them plummet in League One. Imagine Sunderland and Charlton, Rich, are in League One. It's a beautiful feeling.
Beautiful. I think Sunderland had a banner up actually.
No, it was Middlesbrough that had the banner up.
Oh, it was Middlesbrough, sorry.
Newcastle Middlesbrough's like a pot of derby, so I don't know why they put one up for, but yeah, I think we should just went. It's just something about Saudi money, really. But again, like Middlesbrough is a relevant club to me, so I'm not really interested in them.
This is it. Just
don't mind Middlesbrough.
Yeah, don't mind them. Just quickly on your form. Just 1 second. Got it up here actually. Are there games that you've had that you thought you should have won? Or do you feel like you're lucky to not have lost them all? Like, how do you think your form's actually been?
Well, Watford away, we definitely should have won. That's the only match this season where I think we dominated in opposition. We didn't take our chances in that game and eventually got back in at the end. But they should have definitely won that game. Southampton, we played awful at home, but we scored in the 90th minute to make it 2-1, and we still couldn't win the game. So that was a shambles. Leeds could have went either way. That was a 1-1 draw in the end. All the other ones deserve to lose, really. That's about it. So we do deserve to be 19th. Yes, we could have had a couple of results go our way, but really, though, we have played awful this season, and that's why Steve has got the sack, and that's why the team's underperforming. And I hope you're turning around, but yeah, that form does reflect Newcastle as a team this season. We've not been good.
It's quite sad to see, actually. I wouldn't want you to go down. I really wouldn't, but 3 points so far. You're saying that the football's horrible. I really do hope you have that bounce, just not this Saturday. Just take a week off.
They normally beat Chelsea at home anyway, so I wouldn't even sweat losing on Saturday because you, man, always give Chelsea a slapping. Chelsea don't like coming up to St. James's Park, but then again, if you've been to the away end at St. James's Park, nah, you need what's it called? You need a Sherpa to take you up that highest. Like, really, seriously. I know the Arthur Wait is a disgrace. I'm not even going to try and deny that. Our away end is a shocking away end. But it's like, I can't even see the pitch. Am I at Wembley Stadium? What the hell's going on? If you've ever sat in the gods at Wembley, you know what I'm saying. It's not great.
Well, yeah, I mean, the away end is quite high up, but it doesn't concern me personally. I'm not complaining, but I've never been to Selhurst Park before, so I don't know about the away end. But I heard that obviously there's a section where like there's going to be those sort of barriers in the way, so low restricted view sort of area. So I make on that
the pillars are an issue, but we can't do anything with that stand because it backs onto a residential road. Oh. So even if we could renovate that section of the ground, it's like a Blackburn's Ewood Park. You could renovate 3/4 of the ground, but there's one bit they can't do anything with because it would restrict natural daylight and all this. So we're trying to rebuild our main stand for Christ's sake, and that's taking an hour and a day. Yeah. But our academy is the priority, though. That's what Steve Parrish was saying a couple of months ago. He was saying that's opening soon as well, actually, which I'm really excited to see.
This is it. What do you think? What's the starting lineup's going to be, Adam?
Well, it's interesting to see now because Steve was sacked. Graham Jones to take the game, so he's the assistant manager. But I don't know if he'll change anything, to be honest. In terms of Newcastle in the last game against Tottenham, I'm pretty sure he went fired at the back, if I remember correctly now. But that's how we've been playing pretty much the full season. It doesn't make any sense to me either because we haven't had a clean sheet all season long. In fact, we've conceded the most goals in the league. So what's the point of going 5 up when it doesn't even work anyway? So we'll see what changes are made. But defensively, we're a joke. And I feel like a 4 would be better because at least we've got an extra option going forward. But I personally would go for 4-2-3-1. But I've got a feeling Newcastle will stick with 5. But again, I think Wilson and St. Maximin will definitely start. Midfield-wise, I think Willock will start alongside the likes of Hayden or Longstaff. I mean, Almo on again. It's just sort of the regular team. Really hasn't been many changes this season. Again, I don't think anything will change for this game.
Is St. Maximin playing?
Yes.
He's a threat.
Oh, yeah.
He is a threat.
What I would give to have him play for us, but...
I tell you what, yeah. Boy. Let's do a combined 11. Straight off the back, and then we'll go into one of the biggest games of the weekend, actually. that Liverpool United game is going to be huge. But combined 11.
Get the popcorn ready. Get the popcorn ready.
This might be Palace heavy. Personal opinion. Well, let's start because Gaeta hasn't had the best of starts.
Nah, Dubravka all day long. Dubravka 100%. If Dubravka's still fit, Dubravka. I'm not having Guaita in this right now. He's been shaky of late, so Dubravka. Newcastle have that one chalked off 100%.
Happy to move on, Ed?
Yeah, I'm happy with that one. Yeah.
Right, who's your right back?
Mankio.
Oh, Joel Ward, 100%. Mankio is Joel Ward is suspect, but Mankio is a criminal offence of a suspect. No, sir, I'm not having Mankio anywhere near it right back.
He's definitely better going forward than he is defensively.
He's the right-sided Patrick Van Aanholt. Less of that.
I mean, Mankio is actually that bad, to be fair. Like, I haven't watched much of Joe Ward, so I can't really judge him. But yeah, I don't mind Mankio. I actually think it's an alright sign. But yeah, I mean, the defence is a joke at Newcastle, so I can't see many Newcastle players getting this back line.
I can think of one or two that we're getting.
Because you got Lascelles, right?
Yeah, Lascelles has a shout.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of Newcastle's best centre halves, yeah, I would look at Lascelles, Fernandez, or Shaw. They're probably the three main ones you would look at. So, I mean, if you fancy any of them.
But above
Shaw could be a shout.
Shaw's a decent player too.
Lascelles and Anderson for me would probably be the best kind of pairing between.
As a natural pairing, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because you're looking at height, especially in terms of centre backs. You need height as a centre back. So I'd go personally Anderson and Lascelles because that way it's not too Palace heavy. But left back, we're already calling Tyrick Mitchell. There's just no comparison.
The thing is, Newcastle don't even play a left back. We're playing Matt Ritchie left back, who's a right midfielder. Like,
we're crashed above then. Yeah, 100%. We've got a natural left back, so we take that one.
100%. Yeah.
Sweet. So we've got Dubravka. I can't pronounce it.
Dubravka, Ward, Lascelles, Anderson, and Mitchell.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Balance so far.
Should we say 4-3-3?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, I'll name your midfield three actually, because I'm trying to see because it's definitely Gallagher.
In terms of camp position, if it's a 4-3-3, Joe Willock would probably be the best sort of position for there. In terms of the centre midfielders,
that's a shout.
You got Isaac Hayden. Obviously, Shaw's suspended, so you can't really put him in. Sean Longstaff, Jeff Hendrick. I mean, what do you think about them? But yeah, I mean, Hayden and Joe Willock are the only two half decent ones.
Jeff Hendrick, no.
This is turning out all right, it's actually going to be about quite balanced actually.
Yep.
Because now that you've mentioned that, I think I'll go Maka, Willock, and Gallagher.
Are you happy with that, Nathan?
I'd actually take out MacArthur because Arsenal fans are going to send a hit for him because my lord, Arsenal social media is just a vibe. It's just banter FC. It's like, my lord. Where was this anger, Rich, when Lacazette was flagging down the 468 bus at Selhurst Park?
I have no idea.
Oh, when Guendouzi rugby tackled Wilf. Where was the anger then?
They've literally, it's like every day I've come back and seen another tweet about it. Do
you know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking, bad tackle, red card. We've already addressed this. Like, let it go. Like Frozen, let it go. But midfield-wise, Gallagher, yes. Joe Willock, obviously, because he's a bad boy player. And Arsenal are fools for selling him. Well done, Newcastle, for getting him because, wow, Arsenal persisted with Martin Odegaard. I don't know about that one. I want to give it to a Newcastle player, but seeing as Shelby's out, that's a relief because I don't want any Charlton player near this pitch. Anything Charlton related is just not getting on the football pitch. I'm sorry. But Isaac Hayden, on his day, I've seen him play quite well and I've seen him have absolute mares. So it would fit our midfield because Luka Milivojevic has half a brain when he plays football and he's got half a toaster when he's not playing football. So it's one of the two at Luka. I'll give it to Isaac Hayden so that it's not too Palace heavy. So yeah, I'll go Willock, Gallagher, and Isaac Hayden as the defensive mid.
No problem. To be fair, Ebbs would make it all day, but we're kind of going off players who
I've played because
and such. Because
don't get me wrong, if it was between Eberechi Eze and Joe Willock, as much as I like Willock, Eberechi Eze would run him out the game.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. Which leaves the front three.
In terms of Newcastle,
you go first.
Obviously, the Maxim's going to get in the team. I mean, again, Callum-Wilson's a good player, but again, Zaha's obviously going to get ahead of him. And it's just in terms of the strikers. I mean, Callum Wilson is a top-level striker, but he's extremely injury-prone. He can't stay fit more than 5 or 6 games. He goes down all the time. But I feel bad for him as well, because when he stays fit, he is up there. Some of the best strikers around. I mean, he really is a top-level finisher. But yeah. Again, I don't really watch Crystal Palace much, so I can't really judge your strikers. But that new signing, the French striker, I mean, the 2 goals he did against Tottenham, I mean, damn, what a day that is. But again, I mean, I ask you too, because I haven't really watched Palace much this season.
Sure. I was going to go Zaha left, Edouard in the middle, and ASM on the right.
A fully fit Callum Wilson would definitely be competing with Edouard for the starting berth, because I would have either of them leading the line for either club. Both of them are bad boy finishers. And this is the thing. A lot of people will look at your squad, Adam, and they'll trash you and say, Newcastle have crap players. There are some players in there that aren't worth the salary Newcastle are being forced to pay them. Let's not kid ourselves. But players like Sir Maximan, Callum Wilson, Willock, when he feels like it, Jamal Lascelles, they're players that you should hold on to. I'm going to give it to Callum Wilson. As much as I love Edouard, Rich, I just think if you're looking for a poacher in the box, Callum Wilson's done it before. Edouard, we still have yet to really see him bring that Celtic level through. And he may do it in this game on Saturday, which obviously I hope he does, and you hope he does. Yeah, but absolutely. If we didn't have Edouard, I would have wanted someone like Callum Wilson, because you know that Callum Wilson is that kind of player. Oh, Lord, Butland. Santiago, shut it.
Oh, man. But, we've ended up having quite a balanced squad, pretty much. Just a few indifferent here or there. And so.
Years times to see if it's a balanced squad with Newcastle's takeover, but listen, as of now, though, it's pretty balanced.
Hey, it's got to get bad before it gets better. We've been there, trust me. Administration did a number on us. We know how it feels to go, how the hell have we got plumbers for footballers? I mean, Carl Fletcher, that's how bad it was for us, and that's low.
Very, very low. Right, let's move on. Big game of the weekend. Manchester United versus Liverpool. Wait, who's at home?
I think it's Liverpool. I think.
No, Man United.
Oh, okay.
Is that old toilet? Oh boy.
Yeah. This is a massive game. And I think last night's result really helped Ollie out. Really did. Because had he come out of that with a defeat or a draw, and then go into the Liverpool game, which I think they're going to lose, and I think they're going to lose quite heavily, I think that would be curtains. That would be curtains. Go on, Ad, seems like you got something to say.
I mean, I don't know. The thing of Man U Liverpool is I always see hyped everywhere before the match, and every single time out field it's always a ball nil, like a 1-0 either way. But I've got a feeling this time it actually will be a good game of football. I feel like going into it, Ronaldo.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ad. I've just refreshed the page. You've made it 11K.
Well, thank you very
11K, guys. Big up. Thanks for subbing to Adam Pearson, man.
Well done, Adam. Well done.
Congratulations. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
Sorry, well, thanks so much, everyone. Yes, it is the best food in the world. Obviously, hitting that, but listen, we keep going, we keep chugging it on. Newcastle United is a new future for us, and I'll always keep making the videos. But anyway, back in topic go. Thank you, obviously, for that. But into the Man U Liverpool game. Obviously, Ollie's backside got staved heavily last night. But it's the thing with Cristiano Ronaldo. He may not have a good game, but he's an ultimate clutch player. He knows how to turn it on. He always scored that goal, that important goal. But I actually think Man U are going to beat Liverpool. I actually think they're going to do it. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I've just got a sneaky feeling the way Liverpool been playing well week in, week out.
Someone smoking bush.
Alpha football. I don't know if you're trolling.
I hope he's trolling, because big man, that's
no. Jordan is definitely trolling.
Oh yeah, Jordan's trolling, but that's Jordan for you. Jay always trolls like that. Don't mind him.
Imagine that fun for you, man. Jesus Christ. But not consistent enough. I mean, he had a bad season for Bournemouth. He's been class for Newcastle.
Big up, Chino.
Oh, cheers, Santiago. But yeah, as I was saying, so I actually think Man U are going to beat Liverpool this week. Believe it or not, I've got a few nods. He's going to put a massive. So.
Interesting. Well, we're going to do like match predictions in a minute anyway for like all the Premier League games and such. So we can do that. We can do that now, actually.
Yeah, let's do that now.
Let's do that now. So just so you know, each week what we're going to do is myself and Nate, we're going to predict the scores for each of the Premier League games. And also the guest will do the same too. So last week we had Tariq from Tariq Talks. And obviously you're our guest for this week. And so let me just show you the results of last week. So the actual score, as you can see, as you go down, and then you had all of our predictions. Now,
snap.
If it's highlighted in orange, it means we got the team that won, like, as in the correct result, but not the correct score, if that makes sense. And then in green is if you got the correct score. So unfortunately, Nate got Arsenal Palace right, which we were very upset about Monday night. But so as you can see, after our first time of doing it, Nate is currently in the lead.
That birthday luck shone through, fam.
So obviously, you will continue representing the guest ad, and we'll go straight into it, and I'll type this up as we're doing this. So, first game is, and we'll start with you, Adam. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Score.
I mean, Arsenal did get a good result against Palace. I didn't watch the game, but it looked like Palace were a better team from what I saw anyway. But yeah, they've been really bad this season, Arsenal. I think everyone can admit it. Yes, they got a few good results now and again, but they're scraping games for you is the best way of putting it. They're not convincingly winning games. I feel like Arsenal. Arteta's got an impossible job. Yeah, he's screwed. He's got nothing with his football club, and no matter what, with Stan Kroenke at the club's not going anywhere. And I feel for the players, the fans, because it's an impossible job, Arsenal, at the minute. Our expectations are too high for the club that just can't perform due to the owner. But in terms of the Villa match, though, I mean, I'm going to put down a 1-1 draw. Aston Villa have been really inconsistent for me this season. I don't know what I think about them because they made really good signings, but they're just not getting all the results that they probably should. So I put down a 1-1, but that game could go either way. That really isn't quite a hard game to call.
Sure. I don't know. The fact that it's at the Emirates, I want to lean towards Arsenal, and I've got to get my head back. I need to get back. I need to get top next week. But then Villa had a mare last week against Wolves.
Yeah.
Local derby as well.
I'll go 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. Nate?
See, the thing with Arsenal, is that if it's the Arsenal that started the game against us, they should sweep Villa aside comfortably. But because they set off when they went 1-0 up, which was Roy Hodgson tactics, it's like, rotted. I'm actually watching Roy Hodgson football at Arsenal. That doesn't make any sense to me. But Villa, obviously, they had a massive brain fart against Wolves, local West Midlands derby. They're the games you don't want to lose. And if you can't beat them, at least don't lose to them. Obviously, that didn't quite pan out. But yeah, Arsenal at home, you'd fancy them because I don't know if Villa travel well to Arsenal. I don't really see them. I don't know much about Villa, so I can't really. But if they don't have Leon Bailey, who's meant to be one of their best players, if Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings they're fit, then Arsenal's centre-backs are in problems, especially that 50 million waste of money. 50 million, 50 quid. Ben White ain't worth 50 pence, let alone 50 million. I just find it very funny that the standard for English centre-backs is 50 million. I'm thinking, Wan-Bissaka went for 45 million, and that was a finesse. Dougie Freeman and Steve Parish, well done. But Ben White for 50 million? If anybody from Brighton should have gone for 50 million, it would have been My guy that got caught up in that madness. Basuma, that's the one. But you got to back Arsenal here. As much as I would love to see Arsenal back in problems, yeah, I'm going to go with Arsenal. 2-0.
Arsenal. And as you can see, the comment section are just throwing random players in every Wednesday. They said we still beat you.
I mean, Steve Bruce, that's not actually wrong at all.
Lads, careful with the eggs on faces, because he will come back and haunt us with this. Just be mindful of that.
Absolutely. What we'll do, because I'm just obviously mindful of time as well, we'll just chuck in the scores. Chelsea, Norwich. Ad?
I wonder who's going to win that game. Chelsea 4-0.
Nate?
5-0. Beat down, lubrication, pimp slap.
I'm going to go 3 due to the fact that there's no Lukaku and Werner might not make it either, even though he doesn't play often.
They don't need him. It's Norwich.
Yeah, I agree.
We could beat Norwich.
We will beat Norwich.
No, it's an us 3 on this panel.
Oh, fair enough.
And I can't run for toffee, so that tells you Norwich are dead food, bro. Sorry, but they're dead food.
Palace, Newcastle. Had Steve Bruce been in charge, I would have said 3-0. Now I'm not too sure.
3-1 Palace. I'm saying it with my chest.
Fair enough.
Somebody is due a slap from us, and trust me, this is the one you don't want to, because after the disappointment of Brighton, Leicester, and Arsenal, someone's due a smacking. Now, I would hope it wouldn't be Newcastle, because I like Newcastle, but if you're kind of in the way and you're the next team in the line, sorry. Having said that, I'm expecting now Newcastle to play the game of their season and smack us 6-0 or some stupidness like that. But no, I'm going to go 3-1 Palace.
Fair enough. I'm going to go for the opposite, 3-1 Newcastle. I'm going to go for Newcastle a dual win. I don't know when we're going to get it, but I've said this all season long. I put us on the win every single match I would continue. So we'll see if the luck goes in this week.
You got to believe, man. You got to believe.
Yeah.
Just not this weekend. Not this weekend.
3-1 to Newcastle, though. I'm going 2-0 Palace.
The streak must continue.
It has to. It has to. Everton, Watford.
It has to be Everton. I mean, Watford haven't actually been too bad this season. They've been slightly better than I thought. Jesus Christ. I don't think I'm mate. But
is that Newcastle Jets? Is that the team he's referring to? Or the Newcastle Falcons, sorry.
This is rugby, definitely.
I would think so, yeah. But I think Everton are going to beat Watford 3-1.
Everton are going to smack Watford silly. Ranieri was not the guy to replace my man Xisco. Everton 4, Watford 0. Udinese B going back to the Championship, and they need Troy Deeney back because they are Brick FC.
I'm going 3-0 Everton.
Andros Townsend to bang 2 worldies.
Yeah.
Boop, boop.
Townsend will score.
Please do, Andros. Please do.
Score. This one's a bit tricky. Leeds Wolves.
Oh, because it's at Ellen Road.
I'm going to back Wolves for the double away wins. I think Wolves will win 2-0. I feel like the way they play will be easier to sort of close Leeds down because Leeds are a really aggressive side. So. I don't know. Both are really inconsistent teams, but I think Wolves will get one up Leeds. Yeah, so I'm going to go 2-0 Wolves.
Nate?
If this was Leeds of last season, you'd back Leeds, but Leeds are suffering from that triple S second season syndrome. And I don't know how much longer Bielsa can get away with it, because obviously he did really well to get them back in the Prem. What's the Wolves manager's name? Bruno Lage. He's been a breath of fresh air at Wolves because Nuno was... I'm so glad we didn't get Nuno, Rich. Oh my God, I'm so glad we did not get Nuno. I know everybody that put Portugal flags in their Twitter bios right now, believe you me, you're lucky that wasn't confirmed and rubber stamped. You got to look at Wolves, because as much as I like Leeds, and I've got a couple of friends who are Leeds fans, they're in problems. They haven't kicked on and decided, right, we got away with it last season because we were an unknown entity, but now everybody knows what Leeds are about. you got to look at Wolves here and go, yeah, they'll get their second straight away win, which they badly need because a club like Wolves, they're looking to get back to where they were before Nuno decided to turn into Jose Mourinho's love child.
Absolutely. What's the score?
3-1 Wolves. Oh God, having a cold is awful.
I've gone 2-1 Wolves myself.
Okay.
Wolves have been very unlucky in some of the games they've played in, to be fair.
Yeah, I wonder who else has been unlucky in the games they've played. Sounds very eerily familiar, you know.
Very familiar. Southampton.
But anyway.
Southampton.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is last on match of the day written all over it.
I'm going 0-0.
Who's Southampton playing, sorry?
Burnley.
Oh, that's an awful game now. I think 1-0 Southampton, that's going to be a farce of a matchup.
Daesh the Dalek will somehow shit out his way to a 2-1 win, and Ralph Hasenhüttl is going to look like an absolute fool. But if this game has any goals in it, I'll be shocked because this has got last on match of the day written all over it. This is back in the day, Bolton versus Stoke.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that was an awful match.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Sam Allardyce Bolton and Tony Pulis Stoke. Nobody would stay up for that.
Oh man, Brighton Man City.
We're gonna have fun with this.
I'm gonna enjoy this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be because I would think the way those two teams play, but I think Man City will win 2-1. I actually think it'll be quite a competitive game. I feel like Man City. I think Brighton definitely give a good game of football, so we'll see how it goes. But obviously, gonna have Man City at the win, surely.
Oh, listen, you've got two Palace fans here. Anytime Brighton are likely to lose, believe me, whoever's playing Brighton, we give our full backing to. However, I just hope they bring Brighton not back down to earth, but like soul to soul, back to life. Because Christ above, it's getting insufferable now. Oh, plucky little Brighton in the top 6. Piss right off. Enough.
How's he put -1?
-1.
Because there'll be -1 when Lewis Dunk gets sent off because he's a caveman of a footballer. My man's been watching too many of the local girls' schools around here. You understand? These men are moving mad down there in Brighton. Dunk and Basuma are moving crazy.
Jesus.
What? It's true. Bear in mind, Rich, we know how Sussex police deal with us because you see what when we went down there, they're more worried about knives and knuckle dusters than two people causing a madness in the Sussex community. Trust the police, yeah?
Oh boy.
No, in all truth though, right? Brighton do play very good football. Much as I hate to say this, and I'm definitely going to have to wash my mouth out now having said that. But as kind of tepid as City have been, you'd still expect them to... Is it at the Etihad or the Amex?
Amex.
Oh, it's away from home. I'll still go with 3-1 City. But yeah, hopefully Lewis Dunk and Eva Suma go spend some time in Lewis prison because they need to go there and stay there because like these men can't be coming back on the streets of Brighton. But yeah.
Brentford, Leicester.
Oh, this is tough.
Yeah.
Brentford's at home, right?
Brentford's at home. I'm going 3-2 Brentford. I think there's goals in this.
Yeah, I agree. I really enjoyed the way Brentford play. They definitely got that sort of first season syndrome, but the team just plays to the manager. That's something that Newcastle players lack. But I think Leicester win this one. I think 4 goals against Man U last game is going to give them some serious confidence going into this. But I think it will definitely be a high scoring game, so I'm going to go 3-2 Leicester.
4-2 Brentford. Nobody likes going to that stadium because even Chelsea only barely got away with 3 points there last time out. So don't get me wrong, Leicester are not as bad as people made out because when they played us, they were 2-0 up and you're thinking they should see that out. But it was BS. It's like they have not deserved this 2-0 lead. Naturally, we clawed it back to 2-2, but Vardy doesn't need to be on smoke to put you in a spliff. Although has he got out of the hospital yet since McCarthy put him in a spliff, Rich? Because big man, I was worried for McCarthy. You know, that's twice now he's been in the headlines for bodily assault.
Yeah, literally. Proper GBH.
Do you know what I'm saying? But no, obviously, like, Leicester are a dangerous team to underestimate because people will look at, Jamie Vardy's getting on in age. It don't matter. He doesn't need to run the length of the pitch to put the ball in your net. He will stay on your 18-yard line, whip it top corner, and he's going to make an absolute shithouse of himself. When he flapped his wings like the eagle, it's like, oh my God, I hate you, you prick. Fair play on the shithousery. Fair play. Credit where it's due. But yeah, if you fell on the advertising hoardings at the King Power when we play you at Leicester, I'd be okay with that. But no, Leicester are one of those teams that, like, you want to see them do well, but you're not sure if they're going to turn up and actually do well. Whereas at Brentford, as Adam said, they play for Thomas Frank, who has really epitomised what their road to the Premier League's been about.
He's done a great job.
Because I find it amazing that Brentford are the last of the 4 West London clubs to get into the Premier League. But they look the most ready of Fulham and QPR and themselves to be in the Premier League. Because, well, QPR, they were here one minute and gone the next. But then again, they ran themselves into the ground. So, and as for Fulham, ever since that Michael Jackson statue, it was all downhill from there. So nobody misses Fulham. Yeah, I was that Fulham away. Michael Jackson sent you down. Michael Jackson sent you down. They got rinsed, and Palace away don't care what we. It's all open season. The Fulham fans were just dead silent after that.
Yeah,
it's like, of all things, why a statue of Michael Jackson? It makes no sense.
So random. So random.
He went to one game, and Mohamed Al Fayed said, "No, he's a Fulham fan." Right. Okay.
This next game is actually pretty decent. West Ham Spurs.
Oof.
It's at
the London Stadium.
Binocular Stadium. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been down there before, but obviously I've seen the running tracks around the ground, so I imagine it'd be a nightmare to watch. But in terms of this one, no, I would fancy West Ham. Tottenham didn't actually play particularly well against Newcastle. It was just we were so bad, really, so they managed to take advantage of us. But West Ham, again, are just a team that's on and off. When West Ham has a full team fit, they really are top-level side. But that's the thing, though. They haven't got the squad depth. When a player like Antonio is going to get injured at some point, they're going to be screwed. But in terms of this match, I think they'll be all right. And I'll put them down to win 2-1. But again, that's going to be quite a hard-to-call match.
Was that 2-1, you said, Ad?
2-1 West Ham, yeah.
West Ham at home against Tottenham. It's their cup final because they don't play Millwall anymore. And I've heard people say, wouldn't it be great if Millwall got in the Premier League? Nah, nobody wants that. Trust me, nobody wants Millwall in the Premier League. It would be hella funny for us having a South London derby in the Premier League, but I think I'd rather have Charlton back, and that's me saying that very reluctantly. But West Ham at home against Tottenham, this is the biggest game of their season by a country mile. A lot of people like to think that all London derbies are big. Not really. Like, we play Brentford or West Ham, Rich, it's not that big a deal for us. If we play Charlton or Millwall in the Cup, that's a bigger deal for us. But Tottenham, on the other hand, as Adam said, they weren't as great as the scoreline suggests because Newcastle really are flattered to deceive. There's good players at Newcastle, but under Steve Bruce, Steve Bruce would not inspire me to even go to the supermarket. So how is he going to convince me to go and run 45 yards up the pitch and try and whip a ball in to find Joe Linton's big, massive, oblong head?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But if there's ever a time that Harry Kane and co need to turn up, it's this game. Because right now, Tottenham are in an awful lot of problems because Harry Kane looks disinterested. They're really over-reliant on the likes of Son and Lucas Moura. Dele Alli may as well just be hanging around Pep Guardiola's house because he's in a whole heap of madness with Pep's daughter and whatever the hell that's going on there. Spurs are in a mad problem, Rich. It's actually weird to even see that because a few years ago, they were a club on the up. Now it's like, well, Pochettino got sacked. And yeah, I mean, I won't lie. Seeing as they've taken a number of our star young players over the years, I'm kind of okay with it. Having taken Bostock and Madueke off us, it's like, what the hell is all this about? I actually was like, yeah, West Ham 4, Tottenham 2. It could be a good game. If West Ham turn up for it, they could score a lot. If not, 2-2 draw. But I'll go 4-2 for West Ham.
Cool. And last game of the weekend, I've gone Man United 1, Liverpool 3.
That's fair enough, but anything going at this game suggests that Liverpool's going to win. The way they started this season, the way they played football, like, it had a really good start this season, but that suggested to me that Man U's going to win this game. That's just how football works. Nothing's that simple. And with all the pressure on him, I just got a feeling the players aren't going to turn up. I'm going to put Man U on to beat Liverpool 2-0. I've just got a feeling that Klopp's sort of good spell at the start of the season is eventually going to end. But yeah, I really feel like Liverpool's going to lose this game. I don't know what it is. It's sort of just getting in the back of my mind. I just got a feeling Man U's actually going to do it.
Nate, score?
It wouldn't shock me because when Liverpool played us, that 3-0 scoreline did not reflect how good we played. But when they smacked up Watford, I had the biggest smile on my face all weekend. I was just like, this is wonderful. I'm really, really enjoying seeing Watford get piped. As Adam's just said, if there's ever a game that Manchester United need to win, it's this one, because it's one thing to beat City, but Manchester United fans don't really care about City the way they claim to, because let's be fair, before 2008, City were just little old City. And that's how United fans will always see them. Obviously, nowadays, the Manchester derby is way more prevalent, but this is the game that Manchester United fans want to win above all else. However, Sadio Mane is on smoke. That guy is unstoppable. He is inevitable. He is Thanos. Mohamed Salah does not need an invitation to put Manchester United fans crying into their beds at night, because they wake up sweating about him, because everybody does. He's just an incredible player. But United do have Cristiano Ronaldo, who loves to literally piss on the chips of Scousers, because he did it for so long under Sir Alex Ferguson that he was United's Mo Salah back in the day. 2-2.
Cool. So that covers all the predictions. Be interesting, actually. Got a very mixed bag. Very mixed bag. So
For the record, I want Liverpool to win. I do want Liverpool to win, but I can see United snatching a 2-2 draw, because it's just going to be like, what the hell is this? This sounds eerily familiar. Can Liverpool hold on here in a minute? Ronaldo with the head up, bang, 2-2. Yeah, we all saw that coming.
Ronaldo is inevitable, boy, to be fair to him.
Yeah. Mane, Ronaldo.
Let's end on. So this is a segment we haven't finalized the name just yet, but it's kind of like the start of the week, or let's say Eagle of the week, and then at the moment we got it was Waste Man. It could be anything. We're going to finalize the name shortly and stuff. So someone who's been wicked over the last week, and someone who's just been absolute toilet and stuff. I've got my two already. It's so easy. I've gone for Eagle of the week for me, kind of Regular and Dyer, for how they obviously dealt with the situation down at St. James's Park. I think that was phenomenal. Speed of thought. And obviously credit to, you know what? This is a shout, by the way. Vibes could actually win it himself.
Vibes, big man thing. He could win it, you know. he put every one of us in a spliff on Tuesday night, bruv.
An absolute stitches. So yeah, I'm going Regular and Dyer. They're going to get dragged. Nate?
Yeah, I'd go both of them as well, because obviously we like to put too much in perspective on football, but when something like that happens, you know, football comes out of it. As a community, we can't be looking at the football results and saying, just get on with it. What they did was save a life, and quite frankly, that was the main thing. So, of course, Dyer and Regulon, big up your damn selves, because you know what it is? I found it very funny that somebody was complaining about them doing it. It's like, what? I know it's a game and everything, but like, what's more important? A game of football that isn't a matter of life and death, or someone potentially dropping dead in a stadium full of people that could be traumatized by seeing that? Bear in mind, there's young boys and girls watching that, and there's people watching all over the world. So big up their damn selves, big up the emergency services who took care of that person. And listen, big up to all of them.
100%. Ad?
I don't want to copy this, but I have to agree. I mean, Regular and Dyer, again, the communication with the referee, getting a defibrillator on time, that did save a life. In terms of Newcastle fans as well, one was doing CPR for 5 minutes, so again, legend. All the fans of the East Stand, of course, instructing the stewards. I mean, that's the most important part. Yes, we can have bad results, or yes, we can have bad weeks or whatever, but the fans come first. I mean, I never want to see any football fan of any team die at a match. So
no, 100%.
Game will save the life. I mean, That's the most important part. I couldn't care less that we lost that game on Sunday. That was the most important part for me.
Waste man of the week. We'll go
Arsenal fans.
Ooh.
Arsenal fans. Not all Arsenal fans, but the lads on social media chatting a whole heap of noise about MacArthur. It's like, bad challenge. We've all seen that. We all know it's a bad challenge. But here's the thing. How many times have we seen Arsenal put a bad challenge on any of our players or Newcastle's players? There's no smoke being sent out from the Emirates. Oh, no, we didn't see it. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. We didn't see it. Oh, stop crying. Well, Arsenal fans, stop crying now, yeah? It's over. Bukayo Saka is actually alive. He didn't die. He wasn't dead on the pitch. He nearly lost his leg. I'll give him that. But he didn't die. So calm yourselves. Arsenal fans, waste man of the week.
Ad?
Steve Bruce, waste man of the week for me. Had an awful game against Tottenham and he lost his job. So, yeah, not a good week for him.
Yeah, big man. Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
I'm going Harry Maguire.
He
was at fault for all 4 goals against Leicester. And
Agent Maguire fan.
The funniest one was the Daka finish, where he's standing marking no one. He's just standing there. It's just crazy. And then he had the cheek to turn around and look at Wan-Bissaka like.
£80 million sterling.
You know, this is a shout, by the way. Nuno for his reaction.
Nuno, that's who it was. I remember it was for somebody from one of the coaching teams was acting. Nuno, big man. Yeah,
that's a massive shout. To be fair,
that's why I'm glad he's not our manager because Paddy V. Oh, my heart broke for him.
It did. So did I. Guys, we've come to the end of the stream. Thank you once again to our special guest, Ad. If you want to shout out your platforms, mate.
Cheers for having us on, by the way. But in terms of my platforms, Adam Pearson on YouTube. Like I said, we hit 11,000 during the stream, so thank you so much for that. Do appreciate it. But I go to all Newcastle games, all home away matches, all under 23 matches. I'll always be putting videos on. Obviously, the Crystal Palace game on Saturday will be at Selhurst Park, so there'll be a vlog up from the game. We'll see how the result goes. There's some content here for all the Crystal Palace fans. We'll see how it goes. But Newcastle until I die, that's how it will always be.
You know what? Do a segment on the Palace fans because this is the first time you've been Selhurst, right?
Yeah.
Expect it to be rocking.
Yeah. Adam, a word of advice. If you go into the game by train, don't get off at Crystal Palace station. That is a trap that a lot of fans fall victim to. Because London's such a big sprawl, you might see Crystal Palace think our stadium's right there. Nah. Selhurst, Norwood Junction or Thornton Heath or East Croydon at a push, but don't get off at Crystal Palace. It's a bit of a walk.
And it doesn't. That 468 bus from Palace takes forever.
I get it from Herne Hill to the ground, and trust me, I actually think I should have got the train. Why didn't I get the train? God damn it!
You know what? I'll tweet it to you. Just those stations, just so for remembrance.
I'm going down the coach for I don't know how many problems at the station.
Oh, you're all right then.
No, you'll be fine. It's just because a lot of people get caught up in looking at the map and seeing Crystal Palace. I think that's where the ground is. So trust me, because a friend of mine went as an Arsenal fan. He was ringing me. I think I'm at the wrong station. Where are you? Crystal Palace. Yeah, you're at the wrong station. I told you get off at Norwood Junction.
That's the station for Crystal Palace. That's the thing. That is a bit of a trick, obviously, for different fans.
It's weird because obviously they've got Crystal Palace Park, and that's where the Athletic Stadium as well.
And it's where the actual building used to be. That's why the station's called that. But that's where we get the name of the club from. It was a building called the Crystal Palace. It burnt down in 1936, I think it was. And obviously, this season, our club is desperately trying to cling on to the 1861 malarkey, which I don't know about. Our third kit, if you've ever seen it, on the back it says 1861, but on the front of our kit it says 1905. It's like the amateur club was 1861. It's a pretty tenuous link, but okay.
Right. Let's wrap this up. I've got to rush off to training. Love playing a bit of football. The Great Exhibition.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's tearful. Oh gosh, let's not start, especially with Nippon's not here tonight. Big up everyone. Just a reminder, match reaction Saturday, get amped Sunday night. Feel free to jump on that again to talk about the game if you want. And
get amped is a vibe, Adam.
It is. Or worst case, if you can make it, jump on Saturday when we do our match reaction. If you want to jump on then. Next week, got the Palace Squid game. I've been thinking about this, I've been thinking about who would win. Be interesting. And that is it, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Get over to subscribe to Adam Pearson if you haven't done so already. He's now made 11K. We need to beat Newcastle. I'm not happy that Bruce is sacked. It might lift them up, but hey, 3 points, massive 3 points.
Before we go, Adam, I hope you have a good time at Sellers Park in terms of enjoying the atmosphere and enjoying a bit of the banter. But I hope the coach ride to Sellers Park and from Sellers Park is a miserable one for you. only when we play you. Any other game, I'm back in Newcastle all the way, my brother. It's just when we play Newcastle, I only wish you badness for 90 minutes. After that, we're all good again.
100%. Just for coming on, mate.
Nah, man. Big up, Rich. Big up, Adam. See you later, boys.
I appreciate it. Take care, lads.
Cool.